Oh. Oh. I have not posted very many videos in the past like 2 years. I've been posting some parts for sale on Instagram. People have been asking me, oh, what's going on? Why are you parting out the charger? So you can see the charger is actually behind me. And I have great news. I'm not parting it out. There are some parts that I'm selling. For example, 392 intake manifold, MSD switch. I'm basically pulling off the intake manifold because I don't need it anymore, and I'm hoping to sell it as a kit. So if anybody's interested in that, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. The reason I am taking that off is because I have a spicier intake manifold to put on it. So I haven't said anything on Instagram. I've actually had this Whipple for like 2 months already. I haven't had a chance to install it and tune the car just yet. Finally have some free time. We're gonna get started on this install. It's gonna take us a couple of days, but I'm really excited. So we're gonna just take it step by step. So tonight I'm gonna start disassembling the car and gapping spark plugs and things like that. And then hopefully, very shortly, we'll be able to install this Gen 6 3-liter Whipple. Now you guys are probably gonna ask, like, why so much supercharger for a stock bottom end RT? That's a great question, and I don't have a great answer for you other than my other option was the 2.3 liter Magnuson, and that is pretty old technology, and it generates a lot of heat and doesn't make as much horsepower per pound of boost as these new Whipples. Of course, we're gonna have to put a bigger pulley on it because with the cam, I'm revving the car out higher and I don't wanna generate too much boost, but it gives us a much higher ceiling if I was ever to, I don't know, let's say build the bottom end and wanted to make a ton of power. I took a car to a shop and got a before dyno. And then I plan to take the car after we install, like right after we install the Whipple, and get it retuned and get an after reading. So we'll finally get to see like a before and after dyno graph. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be completely apples to apples because currently the car's on E85. My fuel system is not big enough. It doesn't flow enough fuel to support E85 in a boosted application. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go back to 91 octane. So we're gonna leave a little power on the table there. But to be completely honest with you guys, that's not the limitation that this car is gonna run into. I think the biggest limitation is gonna be the fact that it's a stock bottom end and a otherwise stock transmission besides the torque converter. So either way, we kind of have to pulley up and limit the supercharger because it's gonna make too much power and it's gonna break things. I'm already worried that it's gonna break things as is, considering it's cammed and has a bunch of other things done to it. So we're gonna try to take it easy and we're gonna start off with 91. And then it'll give me time to save up for a better fuel system, maybe a multi-pump configuration, and I think I'll need to get either ID 1050s or FIC 1200s too. In terms of fuel injectors. So this isn't going to be a complete walkthrough of how to install the supercharger. There's just too many steps. And to be honest, Whipple provides you with pretty good instructions. This kit comes with the supercharger and pictures are even colored. It's one of the only things I've bought for this car that came with instructions, which is nice. I'm going to start pulling this thing apart and see how long it takes me to get my first knuckle buster. Alrighty. So just an update on progress. I have the bumper off and the intake manifold off. The intake manifold, we've taken that off so many times because we did the cam install twice, and obviously I put the intake manifold on the first time, so this will be the 4th time I've taken it off, so that's pretty quick. That's the easiest part. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, one of the shittiest parts about doing this is taking off the front bumper, because there are some bolts that are essentially, I think they're right here, maybe? No. Essentially, there are some bolts that you have to reach in under the fender well to get, and you can't see them. You can't get a socket on them. They're very difficult to get, and the metal and plastic up there is sharp, so it's like cutting up the top of your fingers. Honestly, as of right now, that's the worst part of this project. So right now I'm gonna clean the ports on the heads, the intake ports, tape them off so that debris doesn't fall in there, and keep going. The Whipple kit actually comes with spark plugs. So I'm gonna have to gap 16 spark plugs, pull out all the coil packs, replace the spark plugs. That's pretty easy, and I have a fancy tool that I wanna show you guys. So I saw a tool similar to this on the Whipple instructions, but basically, this tool makes it easier to close the gap on spark plugs. Usually people grab a spark plug and they'll like tap it against a vise or something hard, and then they'll measure the gap, and sometimes they'll have to use like pliers to open it back up. This makes it a little more precise and less, I guess, shocking to the spark plug, which some can potentially be kind of fragile. So the way that it works is you place it in this and you slowly twist this, and it'll close the gap right there as you tighten this. So far, my dad says this makes it quite a bit easier to use. So if this is something you guys are interested in, I will put an Amazon affiliate link in the description.
What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm trying to make you my chick. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy. I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had braids back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle, my homies, I be always had the hook up. You what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm trying to make you my chick. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy. I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had braids back then. On the hip, in case the obstacle, my homies, I be always had the hook up.
So guys, this is probably quite the jump. Everything's on, hoses are piped. This is the new intercooler at the front, literally just blocks the regular coolant radiator. It's kind of a pain because the instructions that they give you are kind of universal instructions, and that they work for, or they're generally the right way to do it for like a Charger, Challenger, and 300. And they're all slightly different. So my car had like a bunch of plastic trim that we kind of had to move down here, because behind this is the pump for the Whipple's coolant system. And it was kind of a pain to get it mounted. So we got the pulleys on, everything else. We're trying to add coolant to both the systems now. The car is cranking, but we're not getting a start yet, because right now I'm tuned for 91. And there's still mostly E85 in the system. So I'm slowly going back and forth to the gas station with a jerry can to put regular 91 to help dilute the leftover E85. It's cranking, getting no weird sounds, so that's good so far. You know, knock on wood. All right, go for it. We turned it over yesterday.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Go for it.
It wanted to start, but it only fired up for a second or two.